In December of 1980, Congress created the Comprehensive Environmental Response and Liability Act, also called CERCLA, but more commonly referred to as the Superfund Law. The Environmental Protection Agency says, this law created a tax on chemical and petroleum industries and provided broad federal authority to respond directly to releases or threatened releases of hazardous substances that may endanger public health or the environment. As of May 18, 2015, there were 1,322 Superfund sites in the United States. Currently in Montana, there are 16 Superfund sites, 8 of which are in the Clark Fork River watershed. Industrial pollution might best be defined as any form of pollution that can trace its immediate source to industrial practices. Pollution caused by industry has had damaging effects on both the environment and human population, and corrupted lands and waterways may remain ruined for generations. The dumping of toxic byproducts into nearby water supply renders them unusable in terms of consumption. Ironically, waters that have been extremely affected are only serviceable in an industrial setting. Polluting the soil makes the ground unworkable. Soil pollution can also lead to contamination of those plants which are able to grow, and subsequently to every animal up the food chain, including humans. Polluted soil might also destroy vegetation, and is a cause of chronic health issues in people that have continued regular contact with the soil, such as farmers. When seen at its worst, industrial pollution commands the attention of Superfund law. These sites are generally so polluted that mitigation and minimization of damage becomes the only hope. The Berkeley Pit is one such example. The Berkeley Pit in Butte, Montana opened in 1955 and was an open-pit copper mine that remained operational until 1982. Since it was shut down, the mine shafts and pit have been slowly filling up with water. The pit is currently 1 mile long by a half-mile wide and 1,780 feet deep. Every year, the water level, already over 1,000 feet deep, continues to rise. Contaminants continue to leach out of the rock into the water, causing an extremely dangerous mix of heavy metals and chemicals. If the pit's fill water, which contains toxic levels of copper, cadmium, zinc, sulfuric acid, and arsenic, were to reach the natural water table, it would reverse flow into the groundwater and into the headwaters of the Clark Fork River. This critical level is 89 feet away and shrinking. One problem that faces society when it comes to tackling industrial pollution is that policies are reactionary. A change in policy with more prohibitive measures, stricter enforcement, and more severe consequences for offenders might help in mitigating this form of pollution.